Hey guys, what's up? My name is Eva. Welcome back to my channel, and today I wanted to talk about how to not burn yourself out, guys. Okay? I feel like it's really easy to get in this space where we're constantly hustling, we're constantly doing stuff, we're working, and then we get to a point where we burn ourselves out. You know what I'm saying? We just completely get tired, okay? It's really easy for us to just fall flat, you know? But I want to talk about how not to get to that point, you know what I'm saying? There are so many reasons why we burn ourselves out, you know? And I'm going to talk about a couple of those reasons why before I straight up go into how to stop. So, one of the reasons why we burn ourselves out, y'all, is because we feel like we deserve it, okay? Simple as that. We feel like we deserve it, you know? And I'm not saying everybody does that, but there's a lot of people that will do that, you know? Sometimes we feel like we're doing too much or we're doing too little. It's really easy to put a lot of pressure on your body, you know, working out, you know, doing physical labor. Like, there's so many different ways in which, you know, our physical body can be overstressed, you know what I'm saying? But it's different with the mind. The mind has a lot to do with it as well. I've talked about this before, but when you overwork your mind and you tell yourself things like this isn't good enough or I'm doing too much, too little, that is literally called self-sabotage, guys. You are literally sabotaging yourself. You know, you got to stop doing that, okay? It's, first of all, it's not healthy. If you're constantly putting all that stress onto your mind, you're just gonna blow up. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to do that. Sometimes, guys, you just have to tell yourself that you don't have to overachieve. You know what I mean? Like, take a task step by step, day by day, hour by hour, you know? You do not have to accomplish everything at once. Sometimes little progress is better than achieving everything at once. You know what I mean? I feel like when we rush into projects or we rush into things, it just ends up being complete garbage. You know what I mean? Like, the outcome of it is not good. But when you take your time with tasks, that's when you actually see decent outcomes. You know what I mean? So don't think that overachieving a goal is the best option. Sometimes it's better just to take it day by day and just move on from that, you know? We really need to stop for a second and realize that our time on this earth, I mean, I didn't want to make this sound so sudden and so, sad, but it's the truth. Our time on this earth, guys, is limited. We only have so much time to accomplish everything we want to accomplish. So do not waste your time in trying to think about what other people are doing and thinking that you need to do that. Genuinely see what this world has to offer you, guys. See what this world has to offer you and see what your bigger purpose is. You know what I mean? That'll help you see the bigger picture. When you find your purpose on this earth, guys, you'll be able to see the bigger picture. And those other people that are doing all these, what you call quote-unquote amazing things, aren't going to matter to you in your mind because you're seeing your purpose. Like, what you're meant to do on this earth, you know? These materialistic things in life, guys, don't matter. You know what I mean? When you really think about it, when we get old and gray, we're not going to care about these things that we've been given that are materialistic, you know? We're not going to care. And you can't bring, you know, materialistic things with you when you pass. You can't. They stay here on earth, you know? So what matters the most, guys, is to surround yourself with people and with an environment that matters. You know what I mean? When you surround yourself with people and an environment that matters, life just gets better. And it's not about the materialistic things, you know? And yeah, that may sound really deep when I say it like that. Like, you know, these materialistic things don't matter, but it's the truth, guys, they don't. But when you take a step back and you look at the people in your life and the environment around you, you'll see why life is so worth living, you know? I feel like we've been brought up in a world, guys, that, you know, we're taught that we have to work until we die. You know what I mean? We have to work until an old age and put in these extra hours and do all these long tasks and work. At the end of the day, when you sit down with yourself, y'all, you're gonna realize that your life is too precious to be burnt out. Okay? That's what I wanted to say in this video. You know, that's the main message there. You know, do not feel like you need to complete these long written tasks. You have to put in these long hours, you have to do this, you have to do that. I have to buy a house at this age. I have to, you know, be a business owner at this age. Guys, do not do that to yourself. Do not put those high expectations on yourself because of the world, okay? Time is too precious to be stressed, okay? And it'll just burn you out in the end. So just take your time, guys. Take your time. You need to not stress about these things you can't grab onto, you know? Take your time. Take your time, okay? That's all I have for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. It's just a little reminder that you don't need to burn yourself out, you know? You don't need to burn yourself out. It'll just put you in a bad place, you know? Life is so amazing and worth living, and there's so much to do, and don't feel the need that you need to accomplish everything, guys. That's all I wanted to say. Hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it taught you to just enjoy life and every moment. And yeah, that's it. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Okay? Bye.